In the movies, confessions come with dramatic music and tearful breakdowns. In police archives, they read differently, flat voices admitting things that make your stomach turn, casual details about lives ended over pocket change, killers describing their work the way you describe a commute. I'm going to share 20 criminal confessions pulled from court records and police files that never made the headlines. Subscribe to our channel and keep watching for content like this every week. These are the admissions that investigators heard and wished they hadn't. Number 1. In 1983, a man in rural Ohio confessed to killing his neighbor over a property line dispute about 3 feet of grass. The detective's notes record him saying it simply seemed like the right thing to do at the time. He described the act methodically, without emotion, like recounting a chore. The case file sat in county archives for decades before a researcher found it. Number 2. In a small Texas town in 1971, a woman confessed to poisoning her husband slowly over 2 years. She kept a notebook tracking the doses. When investigators asked why she documented everything, she said she wanted to make sure she got it right. The notebook was sealed after the trial. Number 3. In 1967 Detroit, a factory worker confessed to 3 separate killings over a decade. Police had never connected the cases. He offered the information unprompted during questioning for a minor theft charge, saying he was tired of carrying it around. The full transcript was never released to the public. Number 4. A drifter picked up in Nevada in 1978 confessed to a murder investigators didn't even know had occurred. He provided directions to the body. It took searchers 2 days to find the remains in the desert location he described. His motive was that the victim had disrespected him at a roadside diner. He showed no more emotion describing the killing than ordering a meal. Number 5. In 1959 Chicago, a man confessed to killing his business partner, but insisted the death was a mercy. The partner had been embezzling from him for years, he explained. In his mind, ending the relationship this way was cleaner than lawyers and courts. The confession transcript remained in storage until a cold case unit reviewed old files decades later. Number 6. In 1985, a woman in Florida confessed to helping her brother dispose of a body. She named 2 other accomplices who were never charged. The district attorney's office declined to pursue the case further, citing insufficient evidence against the others. Court records show she repeatedly asked investigators to follow up. They didn't. Number 7. A confession from a 1974 California case revealed that local police had known about a serial offender for months before his arrest. The killer mentioned in his statement that an officer had questioned him early in the spree and let him go. That detail was redacted from public records until a journalist filed a Freedom of Information request 15 years later. Number 8. In 1962 Mississippi, a man confessed to a killing that his brother was already serving time for. He provided details only the real perpetrator could know. The brother remained in prison for another 8 years before the confession was acknowledged. Records indicate multiple officials saw the statement and took no action. Number 9. A teenager in 1988 Ohio confessed to a murder after 40 hours of interrogation without a lawyer. Years later, DNA evidence proved he couldn't have committed the crime. His confession had included details fed to him by investigators during the lengthy questioning. The transcript shows leading questions throughout. Number 10. In a 1976 Louisiana case, a man confessed but begged police not to release what he told them about the victim's final hours. The full confession was sealed by court order and remains closed to this day. Investigators who worked the case refused to discuss it even after retirement. Number 11. A deathbed confession in 1994 solved a murder from 1958. The dying man had been a respected community figure for decades. He named the location where he'd buried evidence, and police found exactly what he described. The victim's family had spent 36 years not knowing what happened. Number 12. In 1989, a confession letter arrived at a police station in Oregon 3 days after the writer died of natural causes. He admitted to a hit and run that killed a child in 1977. The case had gone cold. The family of the victim finally had an answer, but no one left to hold accountable. Number 13. A man arrested in 1982 for one murder confessed to 6 others across 3 states. Investigators confirmed 4 of them. The other 2 remain listed as unsolved because authorities couldn't locate enough evidence to officially close the cases. His full statement runs over 200 pages. Number 14, in 2001, a recording surfaced of a confession made in 1969. The man had died in 1985, but his statement, secretly taped by his cellmate, implicated a prominent local businessman who was never charged. The tape had sat in a storage unit for decades before the cellmate's family found it. Number 15, a 1953 confession was sealed for 50 years at the request of the confessing party's family. When it was finally opened in 2003, it revealed that a man executed in 1954 for a different crime had actually committed the sealed offense as well. 2 families had been living with incomplete truths for half a century. Number 16, in 1991, a man recanted his confession 3 months after his conviction. He claimed detectives had threatened his family during questioning. The court denied his appeal. 20 years later, similar complaints against the same detective emerged in other cases. Number 17, a confession from 1984 included details that didn't match the physical evidence. The confessor insisted he'd done it, but forensics suggested otherwise. He was convicted anyway. Criminologists still use the case in studies about why people confess to crimes they didn't commit. Number 18, in 1979 New Mexico, a woman confessed to killing her husband but claimed she had no memory of doing it. She described finding the body and simply knowing she must have been responsible. No other evidence pointed to her. She served 15 years. Investigators who reviewed the case later expressed doubts. Number 19, a 2005 confession answered questions about a 1966 disappearance, but raised new ones. The elderly confessor provided accurate details about where the victim was buried, but couldn't explain how a piece of evidence found at the scene didn't match his account. The case is officially closed but not resolved. Number 20. In 1997, a man walked into a police station in rural Pennsylvania and confessed to a crime that had never been reported. Investigators found no victim, no evidence, no record of anything happening. He insisted he was guilty. Psychiatric evaluation found him competent. He was released without charges. To this day, no one knows if he committed something no one discovered or if he simply believed he had. And that says a lot about how much we trust what people tell us, even under oath.